Hello, I'm Seth Rose, and I'm here today to discuss on converting to a solar energy household. The purpose of this report is to examine the feasibility for the average homeowner to abandon the power grid and convert to a solar energy household. This report will also cover the benefits to the individual homeowner and its impact if done en masse to the world at large. Solar energy is radiant energy that is emitted by the sun. The sun is a naturally occurring nuclear reactor. It releases tiny pockets of energy called photons, which travel 93 million miles from the sun to the earth in about 8.5 minutes. Photovoltaic solar panels composed of silicon are needed to harness this energy. These arrays are made up of several smaller panels either connected in series or parallel. The more panels there are, the more energy that can be stored. Solar cells are made up of silicon-like semiconductors. They are constructed with a positive layer and a negative layer, which together create an electric field, just like that in a battery. Photons hit a solar cell and cause electrons to flow, and this creates electricity. Solar panels generate DC electricity, which stands for direct current, and this means that electrons can only flow in one direction. With AC, which stands for alternating current, electrons are pushed and pulled periodically, changing direction, much like a cylinder of a car's engine. AC electricity is generated when a coil of wire is spun next to a magnet. Many different sources of energy can quote-unquote turn the handle of this generator, such as gas, diesel, hydroelectricity, nuclear, coal, wind, and solar. Since American households were originally designed to operate using AC power, an inverter is needed to harness this DC power and convert it to AC power. Essentially, how this system works is sunlight hits a solar panel, the panels harness this energy, and then convert the energy to a DC current. The electricity is inverted from DC to AC power, which you can then use to power your home. As you can see here in the picture, here's the sun, and the photons hit the solar panel, and then this is the DC power that's stored, and it hits the inverter right there. Then it's sent into your house, and any extra remaining power is sent back on to the grid. One second. Difficulties with the. Okay. The most common and widely used material in solar panels is silicon. The process of making solar panels usually involves slicing crystallized silicon into tiny discs. After they are sliced, they are carefully polished and treated in order to repair and damage from the silicon process. Once the repairs have been made, each disc is covered by metal conductors as well as certain materials in order to change the electrical charge of the solar cells. The last component that is placed on the solar panels is a thin layer of glass. This functions as a protective layer for the solar cells. Substrate is attached to the solar panels using a thermal conductive element. This prevents the solar panels from overheating. While in use, solar panels are also elevated off the ground to help protect against overheating. Photovoltaic arrays provide DC power at a voltage that depends on the configuration of the array. This power is then converted to AC at the required voltage. Inverters enable the operation of commonly used equipment such as computers, office equipment, motors, and almost all household appliances. Inverters must provide several operational and safety functions for interconnections with the utility system. Generally, most solar panels come with a 25-year performance warranty. The inverters come standard with a 5 to 10-year warranty. The wiring in the rack that the panels sit on should be checked annually to check for proper operation and to check for full performance. The solar panels should also be checked regularly for debris and pollen, for this can decrease the amount of electricity being produced. A well-maintained solar installation can actually perform 10 to 30% better than one that is not. The cost of power is a lot lower than the cost of solar power is a lot lower than people think. The cost varies tremendously across the U.S. due to differences in solar power incentives, solar permitting requirements, other solar power regulations. The research that I'm about to discuss has been conducted in all 50 states, and this research is based on data from 2011. According to this research, it cost about $22,500 for the average homeowner in West Virginia. That's right there. Well, hold on one second. The markers. I pulled that, as you can see right there on the chart. And the cost of going solar varies by state, and it costs around $3,500 for the average homeowner in Louisiana. The reason for there being such a huge difference in price is because Louisiana has much better solar policies than West Virginia. According to this research, the national average cost to upgrade to solar is around $17,000. Your monthly savings could be as big as almost $150 a month if you live in Florida, California, Nevada, Arizona, or New Mexico. Over the span of 20 years, the average Florida homeowner could save between $30,000 to $39,000 a year. In California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico, those savings could be as big as $40,000. The national average for savings over the course of 20 years is roughly $20,000. There are several benefits that come from converting your home into a solar-powered home. One of the main reasons, as mentioned before, is to lower electricity costs. Solar panels also increase a home's attractiveness on the market. U.S. Department of Energy's Lawrence Berkeley found that the sales price for the average home increased by $17,000 with solar panels installed. You can also go a long way in lowering your carbon footprint by converting to a solar energy household. I'm just been having technical difficulties. Solar panels take the sun's energy and convert it into DC electricity. Inverters then take this DC electricity and convert it to AC. For a better performing and longer lasting system, regular maintenance is required. Is it feasible for the average homeowner to convert to solar energy? It all depends on what part of the United States he or she lives in. If they would see a great deal of return on their investment. By converting to a solar-powered household, a homeowner can potentially save money, improve the marketing value of their home, and lower their carbon footprint on the world and feel good about going green, using a renewable source of energy, and not contribute to polluting the world that we all live in. That's my reference page. And thank you, and I hope you enjoy my presentation.